We welcome Honorable Chairman, sir, Honorable Vice Chairman, sir, Honorable Member Secretary, sir, along with
all honorable members. Okay.
all the members in the today interactions. So now I request Honorable Chairman, sir, VCM, sir, and MS, sir, along with the QIP National Coordinator and QCC member to kindly launch the QIP portal.
So we declare that the portal is launched.
Sure.
Okay. और आगे और एक बंदा बने.
उसका टन वगैरह कुछ हो रहा है क्या? It is over.
It is done.
वहां नहीं आ रहा है.
Just open
नहीं वहां से ही करो ना फिर.
Directly open करो.
चाहिए इधर से नहीं हो
रहा है, वो कनेक्ट नहीं हो पा रहा है वापस.
अभी एक बार कर्टन आ गया था.
आया था.
फिर चला गया. उसके बाद आगे का ऑनलाइन का कुछ नहीं वहां क्लिक करने से आएगा ना. वहां क्लिक करने से
जी अगेंस्ट जस्ट अगेंस्ट
नहीं वो क्लिक करने से आएगा शायद.
पता नहीं क्लिक इनका उसमें वो इमेज है सर उसमें नहीं काम कर रहा है.
So where has she joined? Devjani from?
Sir, ID
she's the coordinator.
Now it has come. That's what I'm saying.
So now I request Professor Devjani Madam to kindly address the gathering, please.
Devjani, may I request that you address after me? I will just say 2 sentences and leave from here, and then you continue. I have
Very nice. No problem. No problem. Please.
I have a very urgent meeting in the ministry, and I have to reach there. And it takes at least 40 minutes from here, and then set up the PowerPoint presentation over there. So I'm intervening, overruling something which is already said. So I'm excusing myself from out of that. I think AICT's quality improvement program dates back to even before AICT was born. And in fact, it was the initiative of the Ministry of HRD for more than 50 years. So we celebrated Golden Jubilee last year. So I think there has been great credible achievement through the program of this faculty development program, QIP program, wherein faculty from affiliated colleges, some of the universities, they went to IITs, they went to Indian Institute of Science, they went to later NITs also to acquire a MTech degree, to acquire PhD degree, and some of them show that results of their achievements from IIT back to the college where they stayed, several of them rose in hierarchy to become vice chancellors, directors of some of the institutions, and therefore we are extremely thankful to the entire IIT system for supporting in the early part of the QIP program, and subsequently, of course, even NITs and some of the top universities and colleges who also participated in this QIP program. And therefore, we are very thankful. But there were some hiccups in terms of funding, the reaching of fund on time, the students not getting the scholarship on time. There were some issues of even utilization certificates being not got back, and then not collection of data in one single place. So if some question asked in the parliament that how many QIP scholars are presently engaged, we sometimes had to struggle to get the data. And therefore, in the light of all of that, the e-governance team of AICT and the faculty development cell of the AICT has put in this particular portal, which will be very, very useful, which will go a long way in compilation of data, right from application invitation of students. That is, student means they are faculty, but they will become students for PhD. And then processing of that till scholarship and then award of degrees. And then when they become alumni, what are they going to do? What are they doing afterwards also? We should be able to track all. If that is not there, that also should be included. And that will give a holistic view of the QIP program. With these few words, I think I thank the entire AICT team as well as e-governance team and QIP team from IIT Kharagpur who have really helped us in doing all of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
ठीक है जी।
ठीक है
Take over.
correct.
Thank you, Honorable Sir.
Go ahead.
May I now request our respected Madam, who is Principal Coordinator of QIP, to kindly address Dr. Devjani Chakrabarti, Madam, who is Associate Dean and Professor, Department of Mathematics, IIT Kharagpur, please.
Thank you very much. Now, as Honorable Chairman of AICT has said, that this is really a very good opportunity for all QIP centers, because we didn't have any contact point other than the phone to previous director of FDC or to the office. Now, this portal will help us really to include the details like the demand of the scholarships of individual scholars who didn't get for a long time. That is the problem. Hopefully, as Dr. Srivastav is very kind enough and he is helping us to develop the entire process smoothly. And I really thank the AICT e-governance team to just launch this portal so that it will help us for our day-to-day financial parts of the QIP activities. Other than this, as you know, the QIP admission process is going on now. Now, we are in the process. Now the interview will be done. Hopefully, in the month of end of June, we can declare the result of QIP, PhD, and the master's program. Now, that's all from me. Thank you to everybody. Thanks.
Thank you, madam. First of all, I will again congratulate our team, AICT e-governance team, faculty development team, and IIT Kharagpur team. They have coordinated and they have developed this beautiful portal. Not only it will give all the data in one place, but it will also help in taking the decision fast. Like even it is very difficult that how many students are pursuing QIP, PhD. If we want to know either from our side or from your side, madam, that how many students they are pursuing, how many of they have completed, then it is very, very difficult to find all such data. And it may take days or even a month to find out this data. So now all this process will be, it is going to be very simpler and everything will be on the screen and we can immediately find out and take the corrective measures. And this scholarship will be disbursed through online mode in the accounts of the students directly. And further, they have simplified that we are paying some house rent or some initial 2 months, we are paying some amount. That process we have also simplified. Pre-PhD, during pre-PhD.
6 months.
2 months, it's about 30 days.
30 days we are paying some amount. So that process in lump sum we will give, and that guidelines will be shared with you very soon, because recently it was passed by our council. So with all such measures, I hope in time to come, this scheme is going to be going to gain again the past glory. It will receive the past glory, because it was a very, very popular scheme among colleges and among the faculty if we take 15 years back. So with all these measures and improvement, it is going to retrieve its past glory. With all these words, once again, I thank our team at AICT headquarters and QIP center at IIT Kharagpur for all this wonderful initiative. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable MS Sir, for enlightening and briefing on to the specific features and the newly added features of the scheme and the portal. Thank you, sir. Your guidance has always been valuable, like ever. Now, moving ahead, A presentation on the portal. I would request our colleague from IT section, Ms. Jania, to kindly present.
With regards to the Honorable Chairman, Dr. Vice Chairman, sir, and the Honorable Secretary, sir, the Director, sir, Faculty Development, sir, and the Assistant Director, sir, PM Devani, sir. So, this is the QIP portal, and I'm here to give the demo of this portal. So, we start with this is first, there is a link of the portal which is top on this slide, that is https://qip.icp-dash-india.org. Once an institute is registered by us, by AICP on this QIP portal, after that they receive a credential from our side, and then they go on this link and can put their credentials after verifying their account. When they receive the email,
जैसे ही खत्म हो जाता है ना प्लीज डू कम्युनिकेट जिससे वो कर्मा वाली भी मीटिंग कर सकते हैं जैसे आपका वो नहीं पता कैसे वो यहीं से करेंगे मीटिंग चल
basically the students are the PhD scholars and the masters who got admission in the QIP institute for doing PhD or for masters also. So the NCT parts have some of the functionality, that is creating an institute, that's means registering an institute. Or once the institute put their basic detail over there, after that they can approve the discrepancy or disapprove. After that, there is a portion of the approval of the department. Once the institute is approved by the ICT, they have to mention their department-wise seats for each year. And once they submit all the details, then AICT comes into function to give the approval or disapproval, or they can raise the discrepancy. After that, once they approve the institute's department seat, the institute will create the faculty. And the number of faculty they created. After that, it comes again to the faculty. They will receive the credentials, and then faculty submit their details. After that, institute will verify it, and then it comes to the AICT for the verification. And after that, the attendance procedure will start. So similarly, in this session, I have already completed the institute part and the student part also. So let's come to the first institute part, user manual. First of all, this kind of email institute receive once they get the registered by the AICT. So as you can see here, you receive the username and the password, and there's a block which says that verify account. And so first you need to click on the verify account, and after that you can log in on the portal. So like this email only. After login, this is the first screen which you can see. Once you click on the summary details, so there is a above or navy bar, that is institutional detail, department creation and seat allocation, faculty. So you can go one by one. So first of all, you need to submit the institute detail. And this is the institute detail form, the QIP center category, which is auto-generated over there. And category means major or the minor centers, or the type of QIP center means the either the QIP center is engineering, polytechnic, or pharmacy. After that, there is a unique ID which is also auto-generated. You need to keep this unique ID forever for any scholarship-related query from the AICP, because for recognizing you as a scholarship-related issues, you will be recognized by this unique ID. After that, name of the institute, institute type. AICT institute permanent IDs are optional. It is only for those institutes who are AICT approved institutions. Later on, there is a head of institutions detail, and after that, there is a coordinator's details. Now, this coordinator detail, in the coordinator detail, there is a coordinator's email ID. So make sure that whatever the email ID you will put over there, it should be similar to the email ID on which you received the credentials. If you put a different email ID over there, then your last credentials will be lost, and you will receive the new credentials on the new mentions email ID. So you can use it for the purposes of changing your coordinator's email. After that, you need to upload two documents. First document is upload the coordinator's appointment detail. Whosoever will be the coordinator, whose detail you will give in the above section, you need to provide the appointment letter of this. The next is the upload AICT approval letter. So this approval letter is very important for the department seats verification process. This letter must contain all the departments which are approved in your institute as a QIP center and the number of seats. So there is a letter which is given by the AICP which contains all the departments and their seat. After that, you can submit this institute detail, and then it comes to the AICT, and then AICT will verify it. After the AICT done the verification process, you can go on the department creation seat, or you can check your status of verification on the portal itself. It says that submitted by the institute, and once it's verified, it will change to verified by the institute. If you can see, it is changed by verified by the institute. After that, now the section comes of the department creation and seat allocation. Basically, there are the three things. The first is you need to select all the departments which are in your center, in which the QIP scholars are there, either in PhD or in masters. After that, you need to mention the seats, that how many seats each department is allocated year wise. So for every year, you need to allocate the seats over there. So there are the 5 sections: at department, at seats and department, approved department list. So basically, approved department list and discrepancy department list and rejected department list. These are the details which are come along with as per the approval. Like if your institute department is approved, it comes in the approved section. If there is any discrepancy, it comes in discrepancy section. And similarly for the rejection. So first of all, for adding a department, you need to click on this orange button of new department, and you need to, there is a pop-up box like this will be open, and in that this QIP center category and QIP center type is auto-generated over there. Then you need to select the course name, for which course you need to select your department. So let's suppose there are 4 courses in your department. So first of all, you select the first course and select all the department which pertains to that course. After that, you submit it. And then once again, click on the new department orange tab, which this one. And then again, choose the different course and select your department. Similarly, you can choose all your courses for PhD and masters and select their departments. After that, this table will be created as per your selection of the new department. And if you have any, like if you submitted any wrong detail over there, so there is an option to edit it, or you can delete it and you can add a new department once again. After that, you need to click on the add seats in the department. So whatever the department you have been selected in the add department section, in the same, you will going to be select the number of seats over there. So in the seat selection, you need to click on the add seat, and then you will get the pop-up box like this, and which contains the department list which you selected in the add department sections. After that, there is academic year. You need to select for which academic year you are mentioning your number of seats. So let's suppose in Indian Still Pharmacy, you have the students in all 3 years. Let's suppose 2020, 2021 and 2022. So every time you need to select your academic year, then submit the seats. Then once again, you go back in this page and again click on the add department and then select your number of seats. So this, after this, your a table will be created like this, in which the number of seats for the particular department was selected. You can view this. If you want to edit it, there is an option to edit this also, but this edit option will be removed once it is verified by the AICT. So as you can see in the screenshot, the status says that it is verified by the AICT. So the edit/delete section will become NA. If it is not verified by the AICT, till that time you can edit it. After that, once the institute mentioned their departments and AICT verified those department and seats, now the institute need to create the student's ID, so that the institute receive the email and they start filling their basic detail for the further process of attendance generation. So now here in the navbar of the faculty, there are 5 options, that is faculty registration form, registered faculties. So whatever the faculties you are going to register under the faculty registration form, it comes under the faculty registered faculties. Then whatever the faculty are verified, it comes under the application verified by the institute and AICT. And similarly, the pending verifications comes under the application pending for verification. And if there is any discrepancy, it comes under the application discrepancy raised. So this is the registration form. Once you click on faculty registration, it will ask the course, department name, batch year. Make sure the batch year should be correct, because later on when the faculty going to submit his detail and he needs to submit a letter of the like appointment in the QIP center, or you can say that the admission letter. So we will match at the time of the verification the batch year and the what is the date mentioned in his letter of admission. So it should be correct. Otherwise, it will we will like AICT will not verify it, and it comes either in discrepancy or in rejection. So make sure the batch year will be similar to the letter which is submitted by the faculty. After that, there is a department unique ID which is auto-generated at the time of department creation. Now the faculty needs to fill his basic details, that is name, middle name, email, date of admission. Now the date of admission is the date on which he got the admission in the QIP center, and date of commencement is the date from where he starts his PhD or his master's journey, like classes by classes. So make sure the commencement date, because everything like scholarship will be calculated on the basis of the date of commencement. So make sure the date of commencement and date of completion will be verified once by the faculty, and then only you submit the date of completion and his date of commencement. After that, there is a Aadhaar number. And then you can submit this form, and this is the complete registration form. Once you submit this form, email like a table will be created like this under the registered faculty section. And if you want to edit it, there is an option of edit. And if you now the faculty will receive the email from directly through the portal, which contains the credential and the link of the portal. And now faculty can log in over the portal and submit their credentials after the verification of that email, and log in and submit their basic details. But if faculty sees that he did not receive the email from your side, then there is an option in the last to resend the email in this table only. So you please click that resend email, and they received a new credential directly on their email ID. So basically the email ID of the faculty at the time of registration is very important. It should be correct. Otherwise, an email will be triggered on the wrong email ID. So I was talking about this recent email tab, but once the faculty will verify his account, this recent email tab will becomes NA, and then you cannot send the email further. After that, once the faculty submitted his application form, the application form comes to the institute first, and institute click on the view, and then check all the photograph signatures, Aadhaar card, and all other documents and the details given by them. And then this in the auditor details, he need to select the name and the designation, and either approved it, or if there is any query, or they can raise the discrepancy. If it is approved by the institute, it comes to the AICTE, and now AICTE approved the faculty. So on the faculty login, he will get the status updated by the institute, that is either verified or discrepancy. And if it is verified by the institute and after that verified by the AICTE, so he got the status like verified by the institute, then verified by the AICTE. Now come to this student part. Basically, we are calling here them as a student, although they are the faculty, but they are a student in the QIP centers for doing PhD and masters. So in the faculty or the PhD master students, they receive first time this kind of email which contains a login ID and the password. He needs to click verify your account first and then log in on the portal. Once they log in, they will find a screen like this, in which there is a first option to create the application first time. After that, they clicked on the create application. They will get this faculty unique ID. He needs to remember the faculty unique ID for any further queries from the AICTE or from the institution. So this faculty unique ID only pertains to this QIP portal, not from their institutions or their previous permanent organization. It is only for the QIP portal scholarship. After that, there is a faculty application number, which he mentioned at the time of submission, like the institute submitted their registration. Then academic year, application status as says new. If it is submitted by faculty, it becomes submitted by faculty. If it is verified by institute, it becomes verified by institute. And if it is verified by AICTE, it becomes verified by AICTE. After that, there is an application created date, and he needs to click on fill form. This kind of format comes, there are the 5 parts, that is registration detail, personal detail, parent institute detail as per faculty, parent organization detail, and attachment. So in a registration detail, the fields are auto-generated. They cannot edit it. If the faculty have any query related to this information, they directly contact their institute and ask them to change this. After that, the faculty needs to mention his personal details, He needs to click on next, and there is a faculty's personal detail form in which he needs to correctly mention the address, gender, their name, date of birth, state, district, pin code, physical disability, category, relation, enrollment number. Enrollment number basically is the registration number or the number which is given by the QIP center at the time of the admission. After that, they click on submit. Now they come on the next part. If they are correctly filled all the details, then either they can edit it, and if they want to change anything, otherwise they need to click on next. Then they come on the parent institute detail as per AICT faculty. So this is the very important thing, the AICT faculty ID. This is the ID which is given to the faculty in his parent organization. So it is very necessary when he got the admission in the QIP center, his institution where he was working was AICT approved institution at that time, and he must receive the faculty ID over there. He need to mention his faculty ID and clicked on the get institute detail. So once if he mentioned the correct faculty ID over there, he will get the institute details, the parent institute details. After that, if it is correct, he needs to click on the submit and then next. And after that, he needs to mention his parent organization once again so that we can verify both the forms together. And finally, there is an attachment section. The first attachment is the NOC from the parent organization from where they were working. After that, the upload attachment of QIP course admission. This is the admission. They must receive the offer letter or something from the QIP institution at the time of admission. After that, they need to upload the photograph, then the signature and their Aadhaar attachments. And then they need to submit this. After there is a two declaration, he or she needs to check both the declaration and check their form correctly. If they want to edit it, they use edit option. Otherwise, they can submit the form. Once they submit the form, now the status will become like this: that application status submitted by faculty, created on this date and submitted on this date. He can view his application form over here. Now this application form first go to the institute. Institute will verify it, and then it comes to the AICT. After that, AICT will verify it, and then the attendance process will be started. Now the attendance part is under development, so we will give you a separate demo of it on your email. We will send a PPT of once this attendance part will develop. So thank you everyone. If there is any query, you can please submit in the chat box one by one.
Yeah, now the session is open for the query because most of you are the panelists, and if any attendee has any query, just raise your hand so that we can unmute from our end. Before we go ahead, I just have two few points to be made here. One is that in some of the cases, although there are very minor cases, there are two cases where the nodal center and subsequently the QIP center has admitted the non-approved faculty from the non-approved AICT institutions last year also. So we have received emails. Subsequently, we have clarified the same. So for the current year admission process, since the interview are going to be started in the respective QIP centers very soon, most probably the IIT Kharagpur has shared the list to all of you. So whenever you call any candidate for the interview, please ascertain that his or her institute has been approved by AICT in the current academic year. If it is not approved, please do not allow, please do not select the candidate. Otherwise, there is a problem at later stage, especially related to disbursement of scholarship, and the admission of the candidate will be cancelled. So I humbly request all of you to kindly adhere to it so that there is no issue subsequently faced by either the center or the AICT for the disbursement and related to the QIP admission also. Second point is that because this portal is taking care of the students from 2019, 20 and 21 batch, means previous year admitted students also. So while entering the date of admission, date of commencement, I mean the institute has to cautiously enter all these as per the batch year only. So any PhD students who have formally admitted in 2019 means the pre-PhD completed in 2018. So the date of admission to be taken into care, the already disbursed the scholarship amount to the students in 2019-20, because the portal will automatically start calculating for it from the 2019, and whatever the amount left up to the date of completion, the remaining amount will be disbursed through the portal. So I request all of you to kindly adhere to Secondly, as informed by the Honorable Member Secretary during his address, that AICT has simplified the process for the payment for the pre-PhD and the TA and the other amount and the contingency to the students also. So when, especially with reference to those students who have completed pre-PhD and going to join your institutions in July, August or September, the first installment of the payment will consist of the scholarship amount along with the pre-PhD amount, which consists of around 30,000 for the TA and 15,000 for the for the 30,000 for the TA and 15,000 for the TA. So it is admissible only for those candidates who are who do not belong to that particular city itself. Secondly, if the institute has conducted all these sessions online, then in that case also please do not approve the TA or DA amount on the portal, because in the case of the online classes, this amount is not admissible. So while generating the attendance of the newly admitted student first time, please do take care of all of these things so that there is no excess payment to the concerned students. So now, related to the query, one of the query related to the Jadavpur University, they have informed that they are not able to log in on the portal. So we are just checking it. Because if your institute is approved, so there may be some change in the email ID, or so we are just after checking the portal, we are going to respond. So any other institute, you just. There are two cases related to the excess admission previously. So one of the cases we have resolved, we have received the approval of the Honorable Chairman, sir. One file is under submission. So most probably it will be also approved. So within 1 or 2 days, we will inform you about the same. But one of the things I just want to request all of you, that we have received very few application form at our portal. In the morning, we have checked around 45 forms are pending. So mostly we have approved from our end, or if there is any discrepancy, we have raised the discrepancy. So I request all of you to kindly impress upon your student to submit their forms, because from this month itself, we are going to start the disbursement of the scholarship through the portal itself. So if you have any query, just raise it, so that related to portal also, if you think that there is any modification or amendment need to be made in the portal, so that we can incorporate the same.
There was one query that only two candidates are being allowed.
Yeah. Actually, we are taking care of that particular institute. As per the approval of the department, it's only 2 candidates allowed, but the nodal center has got 1 more student, so we are taking care of it. So any query by the student or any QIP center?
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. This is Dr. Manjula from NIT Arunachal Pradesh.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I have all. This is new institute, like the new QIP center. Last year only we got approval. So here I have added the department and number of seat. But when I added the number of seat, the maximum number of seat was 2 only. So when I later contacted you, you have already increased the number, but I'm not being able to edit the number from 2 to 3, because in our institute for the 5 department, we have got approval for 3 seats per department. So kindly, I have already sent the mail to ITFDC. So kindly, please look into this matter.
Ma'am, we worked on to change your number of seats from the backend. And once we've got the approval letter of you for 3 seats, we will update it from the backend also. So ma'am, if you have any conversation for the approval, you please send us.
Approval is there for 3 seats per department. But now, since that time I already added 2 seats per department. So now
Total NIT Kartala. Okay, when did you send me us the approval letter for along with the request through email, ma'am?
Sir, there was last meeting was held, in April. Yeah, there was a meeting held in April. So that time I raised the issue.
No, ma'am, I just want to understand regarding this particular 3 seats. The ICT must have given you approval for that particular department having a 3 PhD scholars.
Yes, sir.
So whether the same letter has been shared with us, ma'am?
Yes, sir. I have already shared, sir.
Okay, so we will check, ma'am. Again, I just want to request you to kindly drop this particular letter in the WhatsApp group of the QIP. If it is not done, we will do it today itself.
Okay, I'll do it again, sir. I'll drop them. Thank you so much.
Yeah, there is a one update regarding the previous payments. Actually, mostly we have processed the file, especially related to the payment to the scholarship to the different scholars. There is some query on the chat box also. So all the previous years except 6 centers have been processed by us. So in the next 5 or 10 days, we will be able to process all those payments also. So just wait because all the files with Finance Bureau. So I believe that within the next 1 week, all the PhD QIP scholars for the wherever the payment is pending, they will receive the payment.
Thank you, sir. This is NIT Trichy from Vasuki. Is it able to hear, sir? And the thing is, we don't have it was a very old QIP center, and at present we don't have AICT approval letter, and we have submitted, and still the up to department wise we have completed, but still we are not getting any approval list approved from the AICT office.
Yeah, actually, ma'am, there are 5 centers, so we are searching our files to get your letters. So just give us some time. Most probably within a week time it will be approved.
So we have to do, sir, or otherwise your side will do.
No, we are searching in our files also. There are 5 centers are there. One is
Okay,
ICER also, so we are working upon it.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Another one thing, query is one of the QIP student didn't get the scholarship, Muhammad Ziyad, because of the Aadhaar and the linked thing. He completed all the back end process. Still, he is not getting his stipend.
I believe that around 6 to 8 days back you have sent a mail to us, ma'am.
Yeah, we sent him an email and all the matters.
Yeah, it's basically related to failure of payment. So we have again sent the file to the Finance Bureau for the repayment, issuing the repayment.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon. This side, Dr. Tapan Jain, IIIT Nagpur, sir.
Yeah,
So, yeah, last year we got this approval for 12 seats, 3 for each department. But due to this specialization, that in ad department, that the specialization is not mentioned.
No, you just enter those students in the broader department itself, sir. There is
So
no
I have already entered the seats in the basic department like Department of Electronics and Communication and Department of Computer Science. But some ratification I received from the AICT. So how we can modify that?
No, I mean the ratification means the AICT has communicated you regarding the change in the name of the department or upgradation of those departments.
No, nothing. But this seat is not approved. That's it. The message in the third, maybe a third or fourth tab in the ad seat.
No, actually in the online portal you have received such comments. Basically, you are telling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, we will check. Your institute is sir.
IIIT Nagpur, sir.
IIIT Nagpur.
Right.
Okay,
So
we will just check. Yeah, we will just. Why? I mean, is there if the letter has been uploaded by you, then why it has been rejected by us?
Right, because I think, sir, मेरे यहाँ पे Department of Multimedia Communication, Biomedical Engineering और Wireless Communications था. तो मैंने उसको Electronics and Communication Department में 9 सीट allocate की थी और Advanced Computing and Computer Science में 3 सीट allocate की थी. पर दोनों रिजेक्ट हो गई तो मेरे को फिर मैं अगेन एड डिपार्टमेंट करना चाहा लेकिन देयर इज नो एज सच स्पेशलाइजेशन एक्सेप्ट बायोमेडिकल इंजीनियरिंग.
Which department has been approved by the AICT as per the letter issued by AICT?
Yeah, as per the letter is issued by the AICT Department of Multimedia Communication, like, and Department of Wireless Communication. There is no department in the list. Because only the drop-down menu we can select the department.
No, sir, I'm not talking about the drop-down menu. In the original letter issued by the AICT, which departments are mentioned, sir?
In original letter, it's mentioned Department of Wireless Communication, Department of Advanced Computing, Department of Multimedia Communication, Department of Biomedical Engineering, 3 seats each in all 4 departments. So these are the specialization, not exactly the department.
Actually, either we have to revise this original letter, otherwise I can understand.
So that's why मैंने सर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में 9 सीट्स और रिमेनिंग 3 सीट्स जो है कंप्यूटर साइंस में डाला थी. तो मे बी वो लेटर से मैच नहीं कर रहा है, इसलिए ऐसा कुछ इशू आ रहा होगा, आई थिंक.
You know, in future, I just want to understand whether the institute is going to admit students in these specialized area only.
Yes, yes. In future, we have a lot of other areas, but in this area also, sir. But we have only two departments, Department of EC and Department of CSE right now.
Okay.
So as we can see on the portal, I think only today, in second half, you generated the department for the biomedical engineering.
Because that department is only available in drop down, madam. Because as you give the presentation side by side, I can search it out. That's why I raised the query.
Sir, you just submitted it, so we will like verify it by today or by tomorrow morning.
No,
Because
madam.
we just received this.
Madam, the problem is once you give the comment onto the portal, once we edit the department or seat, that the earlier comment is vanished or deleted. So there is no as such history for this. तो आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैंने अभी फर्स्ट टाइम एंटर किया है, but I have entered a long back.
I got your point, sir. Maybe due to some reason we raised the discrepancy, and now we see your department is in the letter also, and the seats are already approved there. So we will approve it. We will not, once again, we will not raise the discrepancy for this department. Sir.
Okay, and then one more query: if you verified the seats, but the maximum limit is 4, na?
Limit is as per the AICT approval letter, sir. Basically.
Yes. Sir, because I have 3 specialization in one department, so total 9 seats. But in the maximum is threshold is 4, I think, in website.
That's altogether different thing. Actually, for the IIT, we don't have any threshold, but for the minor QIP centers, it is.
So can I include the multiple department like electronics and communication, electronics and telecommunication like that, or we will to rectify this particular original letter?
No, actually, sir, there are only two ways. First, we have to go by the whatever the AICT has approved. Means whatever the department or the discipline had been mentioned in the original letter, only we can admit those students in that particular departments, which is to the number of seats allotted.
Right.
So, so if the institute just either you just send us a letter that these are the specialization broadly they cover under this particular department, so AICT may reconsider the same.
Okay, sir. Okay, sure, I'll do that.
Otherwise, yeah, we will just stick to that particular department, whatever is mentioned in the AICT approval.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. And sir, second problem is regarding the मेरा last discussion हुआ था जो हमको 1.5 lakhs issue हुए थे last time. So as per
there are a number of queries from the different centers because from this year onwards the AICT has decided that there will be no center expense to be paid to the any center. We are going to issue the letter. So today it has been approved by the competent authority also. So there are lots of change in the QIP. So within a week time, we will share the detailed guideline to all the QIP centers also.
Right, sir. So just my summation, my request is, sir, कि जो last time जो हमने 3 years.
I can understand, sir. I can understand. For the NIT Agartala, madam, are you there? From NIT Agartala. Dr. Manjula, are you from? Sir, we will look into it. There are 2 more centers who have raised the similar query, so we will look into it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, any other query from any other institutions? Any other query from student side also?
Sir, can I talk, sir?
Yeah, please.
Sir, my name is YNS Vamsi Mohan. I have joined QIP PhD for 2020 batch. Actually, our department, Triple E has been allotted only 2 seats, but they have given 3 admissions for us. 3 admissions, but the portal is allowing only 2 students to register.
Which institute?
Alagappa Chettiar College of Engineering and Technology.
Just wait for 1 week. We will try to resolve it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any other query from? Subham, with reference to your query, I mean, it's not related to basically the overall guidelines of the QIP managed by the AICTE. So if there is any relaxation you need, please approach your institution for the same. On the ground of the COVID, basically, we cannot grant any relaxation for the same. If any attendee has any query, please do raise your hand so that we can unmute you from your end. Priyanka, just check in the attendee. Yes, sir, your question is not very much clear, so please raise your question through your institute only. Brijen, with reference to your query for the student ID and password, please do approach your institution for the creation of your login credentials. Next.
Marketing enrollment number or the registration?
Yeah, it's a roll number. Yeah, it's a roll number. It's okay. If any coordinator has any query.
There were some leave related queries, so institute was added.
Yeah, for all the leave or other related issue, please approach your institution in this matter. I mean, with reference to Meenakshi query, it's a financial year wise, sir, but for the scholar, there is no issue. Let us suppose that you are going to start your PhD, formal PhD registration in the month of the July or August. Then for the next 36 months, your scholarship will be continued. So up to, if any scholar who joined in the month of the July, so up to 30th June, the scholarship will be continued for the next 3 years.
Good afternoon. I had one more query regarding new admission are yet to be done, like interview are scheduled. So after that only the number of candidate will be fixed. So after that only I will enter their credentials in the portal, right? So right now I don't know like how many students will be shortlisted for PhD admission. Do I know?
Yeah, ma'am. Basically, first thing you have to keep in mind regarding the number of students approved by the AICTE for the department. Since you are, I think you are not getting the letter. You are from NIT Agartala or?
Sir, NIT Arunachal Pradesh.
Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. So, I mean, basically the institute has to enter the data of only those students who have either completed their pre-PhD last year, means last year admission, and now they are going to formally join in the 22-23 for the formal PhD program. So for those students who are going to take, I mean, you are going to take interview. So those data of the student will be entered in the next year only, not in the current academic year.
Okay, okay. So they will be for 2023.
Yeah, when they, after completion of pre-PhD, when they formally join your institute for the PhD program, only then you have to enter their data on the portal.
So those who have already applied and we have scheduled interview for them before this 31st May, they are not going to join this July?
No, I mean, your institute will allow them to join for the first, in the case of the PhD, the process is like that. First, in the first year, the students complete the pre-PhD of 60 days time. So in that particular case, you do not have to enter any data on the portal. Now, after the completion of their pre-PhD work, when they formally join your institute next year, only then you have to submit their data on the portal.
Okay, okay. Got it, sir. Got it. Thank you, sir.
NIT Kalika, regarding your query for the pending payments, most of the files we have our cell has cleared, so some of maybe in the finance bureau. So just wait for 10 to 15 days, it will be credited in your account. With reference to CJO Thomas query, basically the disbursement will start from the month of the April onwards. So in May last, you will receive the April and May. So 2 months financial support scholarship through the QIP portal. Just check the Jadavpur University on which email ID we have provided. So Jadavpur University, they are not able to log in on the portal. With reference to one query regarding the registration details, the institute had fitted wrong number. There is a one option of edit or delete of the registration detail at the institute login. So please do approach your institute for the correction of the same.
So there is a two ID for Jadavpur University. One is bb13@redefini.com for QIP engineering. And for QIP pharmacy, it is HOD pharmacy@Jadavpur University.
Professor Chakravarti, are you there from Jadavpur University?
We did not verify yet there.
Accounts. Professor Chakravarti, sir, are you there? Professor Dyutiman Chakravarti. If anyone from the Jadavpur University, please do share the fresh email ID, because the email ID which we have registered, which has been supplied by the university, I think there is some error on your part. The email ID which you have shared to us. So please do again send the email ID on which, so that we again send the login credentials to you. To NITER Kolkata, sir, we are working upon it. There are two queries related to the number of seats. So we are working upon it. Hopefully in the next 2-3 days, we will be able to solve it. Pavan Kumar, I don't think that, I mean, since 2018, any payment is pending. So please approach your institution and send us a formal request, because right now it's difficult to comment on the same, but please do approach your institution and send us a formal request. So actually, some of the triple ID has taken the city approval, some may not have taken the approval. So I'm not able to clearly understand the query raised by the IT Hyderabad, triple ID Hyderabad. Just close the chat box and see any hand is raised or not in the attendee list. Just unmute. Radhika, do you have any query?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Radhika, we have.
Sir, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, madam.
Yeah. Good afternoon,
Yeah,
everyone.
audible, madam.
Sir, I am a scholar from Osmania University, Hyderabad. Sir, I have joined in advanced admission scheme in 2019-20, academic year 1920, and got regular admission in December 2020, and I'm reporting to the institution from then onwards. And now, due to cutoff in admissions in our parent institution, the parent institution is cutting off the faculty also, and they have removed my ID from ACT portal, and now I am unable to get the details when I am trying to enter these details in QIP portal. And the same problem is being faced by my co-scholars also in the same institution from other departments. So what should we do, sir?
You must have some appointment letter along with the relieving letter from your institutions.
Yes, yes.
Do share a copy along with the AICT approval letter of the institution itself, so that we can look into our database whether your ID has been entered on the portal earlier or not.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I'll just share the details through the mail, sir.
Because if your institution is not approved and secondly you are not a part of the AICTE approved faculty, then your scholarship will be discontinued immediately.
Oh, actually, this year only, like just during this April itself, they did it, sir. Earlier, it was there.
No, we
And,
will check if it is at the time of your admission. If it is there is no issue.
Yes, yes. At the time of admission, it was there, sir.
Yes, and then there is we will check up.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. I'll share the admission appointment letter also. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So we are taking the last query from IIT Hyderabad PhD section and Triple IT Hyderabad, and subsequently we wind up session. Triple IT Hyderabad.
We are from IIT Hyderabad, sir. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, we are under the process of scrutinizing the application, sir. Our faculty members are doing that. We have a query that whether the candidate must be from the AICTE approved colleges only. Just now we have clarified that the candidate must be from the AICTE approved colleges only.
Yes,
But from where we have to check the list, sir? Some list is available on the AICTE website, sir. Is it fine, sir? Should we check from the website?
ma'am, the list of the AICTE approved institutions is available state-wise on the AICTE website. But at the same time, I request you to kindly take a declaration from the faculty along with the faculty ID, because AICTE assigned unique faculty ID to each and every faculty members. So that if you have any doubt, just share the faculty ID to us. We will check from our end.
Okay, when we have to share it, sir? After completing the admission process, or?
Yeah, before sending the list, final list to the IIT Kharagpur, please do share the faculty ID of all the along. Just capture two fields. One is the faculty ID, one is the PID of the institutions. So that from our end, we will also check the same. Okay.
Okay, sir. No, triple ITs are included in the list, sir. Whether
Actually, some of the triple ID like Hyderabad, Bangalore, they have taken approval from AICTE, but it is not necessarily that all of them has taken that.
Oh, okay. So we have to consider only those who taken approval from the AICTE. Right,
Yeah,
sir?
and take a signed declaration from the faculty members who is appearing in the interview that their institute is AICTE approved and they are part of the they are the faculty member in the AICTE approved institutions.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay, so thank you everyone for your time and patience in the sessions. So
now I request my colleague, Mr. Sanjay Das, to please present vote of thanks.
Thank you, Thiruji. It's indeed a remarkable journey that we have traversed so far, and a positive approach has been taken towards technical reform and as well as administrative reform in the entire process of QIP, admission process and disbursing of scholarships as well. In the entire process, everybody contributed. We did our best. I congratulate at this juncture and also offer my sincere regards to everyone, including our honorable chairman, vice chairman, MSF, for envisioning the portal and its process, and further QIP stakeholders, our coordinators, principal coordinators, especially Dr. Devjani Chakrabarti, and all other QIP center coordinators who have contributed to the best to develop this portal. And at the same time, I offer my sincere gratitude to Dr. R.K. Soni, advisor from e-governance cells, who has given his best to develop this portal and made this portal operational today. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
So, conclude this event today. Thank you.
thank you so much to Jinia.
Thank you, sir.